Are you ready to grow your cannabis business? Advertise with Medical Cannabis Marketplace today. We have title sponsorships, 30-second ads, and full production packages. We make branded content, product demos and reviews, and much, much more. Whether you're a grower, processor, or dispensary owner, or are vertically integrated, we can help you. Advertise your cannabis event. Whether you're a glass blower, smoke shop, need product images and video, or are an ancillary service provider, tax professional, transportation specialist, grow suppliers, bud trimmer, security services, whether you sell flour, concentrates, edibles, packaging, CBD products, and much, much more, we can help you advertise your business on Medical Cannabis Marketplace. Contact us today.
Welcome, brah. Woo! That was some heat right there, boy. I like that, guys, man. Welcome to MCM. I'm Perry Jones III. I am here with Dr. Jason Sims. Guys, we are so happy to see you. That group right there, Community Sound. Sound Jam. Listen, I was about to say it.
Okay, I was making sure.
I love that. Doc is in here tonight, baby. Let's go, Doc. Community Sound Jam, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I can't wait for them to play again. And this band, whoo, you guys are bringing that heat. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you guys for filling in. I'm excited to see you guys more. We can't wait to hear more coming up from you guys. Man, listen.
Further that.
You want me to do that right now?
Might as well.
Come on, all right, fine. This is what's good about live shows.
Do it a couple times.
We can do it a couple times. We do what we want to do right here.
Exactly.
This is what it is. Okay, so Community Sound Jam every Thursday at the Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole is, where's Rabbit Hole at? Elgin, downtown, right? Okay, it's downtown Blue Dome District. That's what it is.
Cool.
That's it. It's on Elgin, downtown Tulsa, on Thursdays. What time, guys?
9:30.
It's a night?
Yeah.
Okay, it's about 3 or 4 hours, 9 to midnight, 9 to 1. Every Thursday, the Rabbit Hole. Listen, I know you just got a little preview. I'm excited about seeing more. This is going to be amazing. Thank you, guys. Heck yeah. Dr. Sims, man. What's up? How are you?
I'm here.
How have you been?
Yeah, not too bad.
How's medical?
It's medical.
It's medical. That's a good check-in right there. We like that. Hey, guys, we have a special show for you tonight. Every night is special because we get to do this, number one. But number two, it's special because we had this is our 13th show now. And we've got to do some new. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a little clap on that. I mean, yeah,
Lucky
definitely
13.
a clap on that. Lucky 13, that's good. Thank you to the guys behind this thing. You guys would see them very soon. But we have a show for you. We were able to interview some very, very high, popular, noted, people. One of them is Eric Norton with Cannabis Expo. And Imperious Cannabis Expo is one of the biggest expos for medicinal, well, really just cannabis in general in the nation. You've got MJ BizCon, and then you've got his. And we were able to get him on, and we had two of his top keynote speakers for his event that's going to be happening in, it's the beginning of June. I think it's June 3rd and 4th. Or it's June 4th and 5th. We're going to put that on here, but it's the beginning of June, and it's all through this.
In Oklahoma City.
In Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma City Convention Center.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they have an after party as well. Mm-hmm. They're going to go into it, but what I mean to say is that this interview is the start. This was so awesome. We were able to get Slim, Mr. Aaron, a.k.a. Slim, with Carter Creek Cannabis out of Broken Bow, and then drum roll, please. Mr. Ed Rosenthal. And let me tell you, folks, if you that was a pleasure, right, Doc? I mean,
for sure,
it's
yeah.
Ed Rosenthal.
Know,
like,
right?
get out of here. For those that don't
Exactly.
know, Ed Rosenthal is an author. He's a botanist. He's a activist. He is just a cannabis, like a big figure
aficionado
within. Yeah, I mean, you can
growing
add all
aficionado
those.
and yeah. He's
quality
been doing
stuff.
this for longer than most of us been alive. So.
Definitely since longer I've been alive.
Yep.
Even though I just had a birthday, we're not going to talk about that, but it's still good. And it was a great interview. And so what we did is we actually got to do that virtually, and it's the first time that we've done that. So we pre-did it, and now you guys are getting ready to check that out. But I wanted to just get you guys hyped up, get you prepped. It is still in the traditional manner of our show. You'll see a first link. It'll be about 10 minutes. Come back in. Then we'll get ready to go into the band again, get another jam session, and then after that we'll finish up with another 15-20 minutes of that interview. And so then we'll top off with some what do you like to call them, the things that are happening in the week.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, headlines.
Whatever.
We'll catch up. That's what we're going to do. All right, so what we're going to do right now, guys, check this video out. I'm so excited. We'll see you guys in just a minute. Gentlemen, what's up? Welcome to MCM. Thank you, guys.
Hello.
What's going on?
It's nice to see you all. What's beautiful is that I've actually physically met every one of you guys, and I'm just happy to be able to have you guys on right now. Eric, we go back from the inception of the cannabis industry for myself, and then you with your expos, and then Slim, we've actually done a couple events here when you came to Tulsa, and then seen a lot of the product and things happening in your growth from Broken Bow to where you're at nationally. And Ed, I met you at Eric's event back in Little Rock, Arkansas, when we went to Steve's processing facility at that time, that expo. And we shared a little conversation and some dinner as we're in that VIP back there. And so it's nice to have you guys on. And so thank you guys for being here today.
My pleasure.
Definitely. Oh, and I got a special guest here. I know you guys are special too. This is my partner, the man, the myth, the legend. This is Dr. Jason Sims. He's the owner of the very first cannabis business to open in Oklahoma as a doctor's office, really 8 hours after the vote, and has expanded THC2 brand to help hundreds of thousands of patients between Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi now. And so had to bring him on because going on with the grow and everything that you guys are doing, it's just more knowledge on the call. So I just wanted to give Dr. Jason Sims his kudos and thank him for being here with us as well, guys.
Hi, Dr. Sims.
Man, guys, this is cool because this is our first doing this. Like this is our how many shows now? I think 4, 8, 12. This is our 13th show. And
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13 right now. And it's the first show that we've done with the Zooms. Thank you so much for joining us. We're on another special MCM. This is I think it's our 13th lucky 13th show. And man, do we have a lineup for you guys. This is the start of the second quarter. This is start of April. This is start of spring. And let me tell you, what better way to go into spring than going into events? And by events, I mean the expos that you can learn about all of the different brands, all of the different ownership, all of the different things in the cannabis market in the Oklahoma area. And the man, the myth, the legend, I am so happy to be on this line with we've got Eric Norton with Imperious Expos. Guys, let me tell you, this is the very first expo that I even attended my personal self, and he's been doing this for years. And he's got some special lineup at the expo that we've got online here today. Not only do we have Dr. Jason Sims with us, and you guys are familiar with Dr. Jason Sims and THC2, but we also have Slim with Carter Creek out of Broken Bow, which is a huge brand in Oklahoma. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. And then we've got the world I'm telling you, world-renowned Mr. Ed Rosenthal. And I mean, this is a special lineup. Eric, you do amazing things. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for bringing the guests. Man, let's go right into it. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Man, I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful. I get to see you again. You're down there in Texas. This is our first show that we've done using technology via Zoom, via all of this.
Yes.
Team. It looks great. Lighting is looking good all the way around there. Man, I'm so happy to see you, man.
Thanks. You know, it's weird promoting and producing cannabis shows from Texas. I just got to tell y'all, it's weird. You know, because it's like, I don't even, when I go to a legal state and I come home, sometimes I just don't even know how to act, you know. It's crazy. And one of these days we'll have one of these things here in Texas when we can celebrate when Texas finally comes on someday. And I know that's going to mean a lot to everybody here. So the show is in Oklahoma City. Again, this will be our second time there. We were in Oklahoma City back in November of 21.
Okay.
So this next show is going to be June 2nd and 3rd at the Oklahoma Convention Center. Our two keynote speakers, Mr. Ed Rosenthal, of course, is here with us today. Another Aaron Smith, the CEO of the NCIA, will be speaking as well.
Nice.
And then we have a special featured speaker that's here with us today, Mr. Aaron Slim Clay. He's going to share, and I'm anxious. I don't get to go to all the speeches. You know, I'm usually on the floor with the exhibitors because that's where I fit in. But I'm going to go hear both of these guys, of course. And Slim's going to talk about he's going to share his story. And I'm not going to get into this too much, let him tell you, but his story of recovery from opioids by using cannabis. That's going to be his topic. So he's going to bring a real personal touch to the show. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then there's a lot of things. I don't even know what else to say. We've got a lot of really fabulous exhibitors, some from out of state, a lot of hometown people too. I don't like to bring in just a whole bunch of out of state people, like an outside invading force. We want to have people that live there benefit from this.
Now that you've grown this, how many vendors do you expect to be at the expo this year?
Good question. We're sitting at about 90 right now.
Big number. That's huge.
With 2 months to go, I can easily fit 200 in the hall that I have reserved. I'll tell you, I think the most we've ever had back in Arizona one year, I think we had like 130. About the biggest show I've ever had. Getting to 200 is just another level, and so that's a little bit of a lofty number, but I'm shooting I think we can at least double our numbers in 2 months. I think we can have 180.
Ooh, that's a good number right there. That's a good amount of people coming and getting education, coming and getting resources, coming and getting tools to further themselves, especially in the Oklahoma market, because having people with stories like Slim's, that's really what I call it, the land rush was about in Oklahoma. There was that land of opportunity, easy, right? And now you get all the expertise out here by way of expos like yours and access to gentlemen like these two to find and take hold of their own health, whether that's cultivating, whether that's understanding methods and processing, or just being around it. And so that's awesome to hear. 90 people up to 180. I'm excited about that for us. I think that's going to be really good for you as well. How long have you been doing the expos?
Our first show was June of 2016 in Seattle. That's where I met Ed. He was my first keynote speaker.
Ah,
2016. Yep.
wow.
Yep. Time flies.
And now look at you guys, still rocking and still making waves all the way through the US. You know what I mean? I think that's really cool. What are some of the different things within the expo people can look forward to? Obviously, we have keynote speakers. What are some of the other draws or things that you really are excited about for patients or for people to experience there?
The new technologies that are coming out, the exhibitors that are going to have equipment that they can demonstrate. Ed's going to do a demonstration of the caliper growing system that's affiliated with Smart Pots. Things like that. And then I know Slim's got some items he wants to launch at the show. He's been dropping hints. I know he's got something under his, he's nodding. Yeah. So he's down to tell us. And then in the seeds, we talked about doing a seed swap. That's Ed's idea. We literally just where they swap. But that don't hold me to that. But what we're going to do, and I'm going to let Ed tell y'all, is he's going to release something from his own personal collection. Genetics.
Ooh, the purse bank. Whoa.
Yeah. And out of all the shows that I've ever been to, do y'all remember Indo Expo? Remember Indo? They're not around anymore. Sadly, the owner passed. I loved that show. I used to go to Denver. And then you talk about big, they had like 350 exhibitors last time I went with like 15,000 people. It's massive.
Yeah.
I've never seen excitement like this anywhere else. They had people lined up literally around the whole place. Like there might have been 500 or 600 people in line for one booth. and it was to buy seeds.
Ah.
And it was a trip. When I told somebody else from the West Coast, Ed might know who this is. He wears a mask. He wants to show Dad. You know who I'm talking about? The guy that sells genetics he wears a mask. He won't tell anybody who he is.
I don't know.
That doesn't ring a bell? Okay. They said he made $2 million that weekend selling seeds in Denver at $100 a pack. So I've never seen people get that excited about anything in the cannabis business other than genetics. You know, and I'll let these two experts talk about that. Why is that the case? Because that is the case, though.
Oh, man, I'm excited to learn that. And, you know, that's when we went to expos, we've had our fair share of doing expos, just like you guys. And you're absolutely right. It's the most popular spaces are the ones that have the exhibits, that have the examples. And then it's the speed, it's the genetics, it's learning who has what, where do they get them from, how is this something I'm going to like, is this just in general. And as you get into the cannabis plant itself, it's the base of everything. Where it starts from really determines what you're going to get as the end product. And so I'm excited about all of that right there. Let's get ready to take a quick break. And then what we're going to do is when we come back, because we've learned a little bit about you, Eric, I'm excited about what we're talking about with the expo. I think we're going to go in on this break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Slim. We're going to talk to Ed about some of the things they're wanting to expose, some of the things they're wanting to bring to the table at the expo, and then what they see happening in the future in the industry in general from their expertise. And then we're going to come back to you and see where we're going to go with the rest of this expo. All right, guys? Guys, welcome back to MCM. Here we are. And let me tell you again, if you missed out, the hosts, me with Dr. Sims, and our guest, Eric Norton, Imperious Expo. We've got Slim with Carter Creek. We also have the legendary Ed Rosenthal. Guys, welcome back. We are so happy to have you back. We heard a little bit about Eric at the start of the expo, the reasoning behind it, how big it's grown in the last 6 years. Hold on, 2016? Yes, so we're in 2023. Good. That number of years, as well as the expanding from the states, going from legal markets to non-legal markets, exploring and getting people educated about cannabis, being led by these keynote speakers. And that's who we're going to talk to next. Let's start with the first one. Let's start with you, Slim. You're You're Oklahoma born and bred. You're right down there in Broken Bow. And let me tell you, in my opinion, you're one of the biggest brands in Oklahoma for sure. Not just with the way you carry yourself, but also like we were ending the last conversation on genetics. The basic of things and what you're providing for patients is being proven, so much to the tune that you're going out of the state and showing that for other patients and people. So Slim, like, welcome. Thank you for, on behalf of Carter Creek and Imperius, on being here. Let's hear about you, my friend. Would you be able to go in and just tell the Oklahomans, tell the people watching who you are, what you're about, what your mission is, and just let us know about you, sir.
Yeah, so Slim, aka Aaron Clay, born and raised here in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And man, I got in the cannabis game when I was around 12 or 13 years old, is when I started popping my first set of seeds. That was 33 years ago this year, I guess, something like that. And I've had ups and downs in my life. I've had anybody that's been through life has run into problems if they went out there in life. So one of the issues I had that I was going to share about when we get there at the show was my battle with opioids and my struggle there. A lot of people here in the United States and in the world abroad right now are turning their face to the fact that fentanyl is probably taking out more people than COVID-19 ever thought about. Because those are real statistics, that are getting reported there. You can look at the videos from any of the big cities and people are slumped over like zombies. So, there's this big evil push towards the American population, and that's how they're trying to take us out. And they're targeting our kids with, they had that rainbow fentanyl and that stuff came out. So, that's kind of like the fire that's driving my force here with Carter Creek. And that's what you'll kind of hear in my story when I share my testimony. I'm gonna go all the way back over, to my childhood, to things from that happened in my childhood all the way through jail time and the whole 9 yards. And you'll understand my purpose for cannabis and why I'm here. We're not in like any big competition that, and we made a deal here at Carter Creek. We're not ever going to another cannabis cup competition again, because there was some bad stigma that went around this year. And this is about education. We're new pioneers into this industry. They're not new pioneers. Let me rephrase that. We're walking into a new era of this plant, and that's becoming commercially legal for adult use and for medical use.
Right.
And what does that look like in the face of America? That's kind of where I'm coming into play at. I'm fighting back fentanyl and the opioid epidemic with cannabis. And then later on, we'll get at the show to kind of talk to you about our genetics and things like that we have put together. I've been working on some collaborations for the last couple of years, and we're going to release some new stuff at Imperius. And Mr. Ed's, I seed swap or not, I'm fixing to track down Ed's booth over there, and I'm getting some of them seeds. Or if you don't give me one pack of them seeds, I'm not coming to the next Imperius.
Hey, I'm piggybacking that. I'm coming right behind there. I'm gonna need a pack of them myself. It's coming from
kind of our main mission at Carter Creek, though, is and I've been guilty of being in a cannabis competition before, but that's not what it's all about. To say that, hey, I'm the best green grower, that's not what it's all about. What it's about is the people that are suffering with PTSD or anxiety or bipolar or whatever's going on. Maybe they have pain problems or Crohn's disease.
Yeah,
you can go on. I could talk for days about it, but that's what it's all about: getting that education out to the patients and making sure that the genetics are clean. Just like with anything, when population spreads and there's all this crossbreeding, you get viruses and stuff. And and those viruses have now been known to be transmitted into humans, like the Hopalatin viroid that just the mysterious HIV for marijuana or whatever. But now CDC confirmed it as transmittable to people. So, it's transmittable through seeds, transmittable through clones. So be careful where you get all your stuff rallied up. If you get in some people that don't know what they're doing, or you get in the wrong group of people, and you're going to get an infected set of genetics that's probably not even what it was supposed to be to begin with.
That's why it's good to find your sources and understand what you're actually partaking and putting into your system. And that's what Dr. Sims believes as well. Like I stand in the same tune. It's all about the base of everything. And just a little recap for Carter Creek with you, Slim. Not only are you a geneticist, you're not only a grower, but you also have a processing and you have a dispensary down there in Broken Bow. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. So
fully integrated, right?
Yes, sir. We have 2 grow facilities here we actually have 3 grow facilities here in our town. We have 2 dispensaries here, one in Idabel, one in Broken Bow. We're partnered up with Red Billy Distribution or Red Billy brand, and you can get Carter Creek in the West Siloam Springs store, the new Rolling store that just opened. And we just took over a new dispensary in Tulsa. It's a very big dispensary. I'm not going to say the name of it right now, but you'll see the Carter Creek brand in downtown Tulsa here real soon.
All right.
Then we're gonna try to expand to other towns across the state, because as soon as we harvest a crop, man, we get swallowed up in 2 or 3 days. There's not a lot of distribution down here in my neck of the woods, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for those that don't know, you'll look it up. Broken Bow is in the southeast Oklahoma, near the Tallahena Mountains. Is that not correct? And it's a beautiful drive down there, but it's a rural area. It's really good for vacationing too, guys. So if you don't I like Eureka Springs. Broken Bow is an equivalent to it because it's really woody. It's really it's like Colorado. It's a vacation spot area, and that's really good with high quality cannabis as well. So like Carter Creek, Slim, that is super amazing. Thank you so much for the intel of what's to come and what you're doing on your mission back there. Let's take it right next to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ed Rosenthal. Thank you so much for being on and hearing even this base here of genetics and things, and then you being able to come and speak. Thank you for coming to Oklahoma. Are you excited to be doing this again here?
He's got his mute on.
Oh, he's got his mute on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll text him.
No, he just.
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that Eric's shows are always exciting. Meet a lot of interesting people. Get to see new products. So I am excited to be there.
Heck yeah. And thank you for bringing your wealth of knowledge to a lot of people that are going to really expand, like even Slim. I know that I've gotten a couple of your books, and I'm not a grower yet. I'm going to do it personally, but just getting the knowledge and being around you, it just helps that much more validity. Let me ask you this. Can you elaborate a little bit on what you're about to drop on us, this personal seed bank? Tell us about what you're coming into right now in Oklahoma.
I am going to be bringing some different hybrids of Superbud, and also probably some seeds generated by Humboldt Seed Company, which is a really fine seed company.
So excited to hear that. So excited to hear that. I mean, if you guys haven't made your way to listen to Ed speak, I had the pleasure of doing that in Arkansas, and it's a wealth of knowledge, things that you don't even think about. It just brings out, and it's natural. The man's been doing it forever. Let me ask you this. When did the plant touch you, Ed? When did it get to you and then become your...
Well, it was a long time ago. I was in college. Yeah, so
long time ago, like in what, 10 years ago? Come on, talking about college.
Yeah. Well, I've been involved in marijuana for more than 3 years. That's a pretty one.
For sure. Oh, this makes me so happy, man. Listen, Eric, so you've really set the bar at expos now. I mean, like you mentioned, you had Indo Expo, which I had the pleasure of going to. I remember one of those expos where it was a line out the door. I didn't know what it was for because I didn't understand any of seats or anything at that time. I was just
Right.
right. But to know that we shared that experience and now you've really taken that baton and you're really expanding it like tenfold. We're super excited about it. Let me ask you this. You have anything you want to tell the people as they're sitting here to close our show off with? Because I meant these two people that you brought here and the stories that are going to happen. I'm excited about. I'm going to be there, guys. We're going to be there filming. What do you have to say to the people watching it right now before they make their way to the show?
First of all, while I have the chance, I got to give you my website and Instagram just so everybody knows. Okay. So it's
Good.
To find out updates on the show. The two best places is my website, ImperiousExpo.com. And the Instagram account is at Imperious Cannabis. Okay. So we update the Instagram daily. And so, man, thanks for having us on.
Thank you for coming on,
This is
man.
great. Yes. And so I'm just kind of losing my train of thought here. Redirect.
Listen, that's okay, because what we're gonna do is, guys, as you're watching, this is exclusive. Like, I mean, we're so blessed here at MCM to even have these connections. This is the first wave. This is gonna be promoted for the next 2 months. This is definitely check our Instagram, check our social media, check Imperious social media. We are going to be there. We're going to do interviews while we're there. We're going to carry this over, and we're looking at our collaboration to expand more of the wealth of knowledge of cannabis all the way around by A, the experience that you have, and B, by what we can show the world by doing it. And so, like, I'm stoked about it.
Something I did just think of what I'm going to try to do for the first time. Well, not really the first time, but I want to integrate the actual expo with the after party a little bit. Are we running out of time?
No, technology, and it's our first one, had to move the mouse out the way. That's all.
Oh, okay.
It was in your nose, so I got it moved.
Okay. So we're going to do a lot of fun things. We want to make sure that the expo and the after party run as seamlessly as possible, so it's a smooth transition. We had a great situation like that in Phoenix. It was all produced very well. Dazed. Oh, that's, give them a shout out. My buddy Dazed. Yeah, good brand. He's hosting the party.
Okay,
so
okay.
You could check them out, check Dazed out at their Instagram is @_dazed NIN OKC. So Dazed in OKC. And they'll be doing the after party.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, host of the after party. Nice. And that after party is on, is there a Wednesday?
Friday night.
Okay. Friday night.
Yeah. Friday night at 7 p.m. To midnight. It's at the Farmers Public Market.
Okay.
Okay. And which you know better than I. It's just not too far from I'll always make sure the party's close to the show. And anyway, y'all have already heard so much from me. Is there anything else maybe Slim or Ed wants to leave with us? I think people are going to line up at both of their booths for various reasons.
Sure.
And I want to give them a chance to talk about things they want to drop before we end. But
yeah. Slim, what do you got? Anything you like to close and let them know about, what to look forward to, or?
Main thing is don't be scammed on Instagram. Like he was talking about, my real Instagram is Carter Creek Slim and then Carter Creek Nation. Those are the two IGs that I got. And my Facebook is Aaron Clay. And it's got a little Carter Creek Facebook page on there. Our website is cartercreeknation.com. It just opened up today. It's been down. We've been fighting that thing for a year.
Congrats.
Don't be scammed. I don't, I'm not that guy. I operate through emails and people I know, like I'm not out there. There's a lot of people that got scammed in our name this past year. And I apologize that happened, but it wasn't us.
And definitely check, folks watching, definitely check our status, check the different messages. We're going to have all of these links down here. So you can click on these links. You'll be able to be redirected to this education and this info. Ed, do you have a website? Do you have some words you want to leave the people? Oh, hit your mute for me, Ed.
Yes, you can get to all my sites from edrosenthal.com.
Okay, and we'll put that down there as well, guys.
Yeah.
Listen, when you guys go in and check us out, like I said, you're gonna have all this. Hold up, got something we had to put on here real quick.
Ah, there we go.
You know, and this one was Sasha had this one was a personalized one, which you know that's always good. But what I love seeing are things like this. And so you know, that's the stuff that I'm not talking about. And so I wanted to say thank you, Ed, for on behalf of my production team as well. We're looking forward to coming down. Slim, I mean, as always, it's a pleasure, my friend. I'm excited about the growth and what you're placing and putting in our Oklahoma market. Eric, there it is, bro. And I'm looking forward to coming down and hanging out, bringing the team down and exposing more of this, showing more of this. So that way we can continue to grow and get people to understand how to take their medicine and utilize quality things from quality resources.
Yeah.
So, man, with that, Dr. Sims, do you have anything? I mean, I asked these fine gentlemen stuff. What do you have? Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I'll have questions at the expo. So especially for Ed, I got a couple questions for him for later. So
That's
we got
going to
some
be
things.
good.
I definitely got to get an autographed book or something from you too.
Yep.
So.
Oh, man, this is going to be good. We're super stoked. Guys, we appreciate you guys being on. Go ahead, Easy.
One thing, Slim brought up the scammers. We're all dealing with that. He did get hit really hard recently. I've witnessed that, and I get hit at my shows too. Drives me crazy. If anybody ever gets an email that says, "Would you like to buy the attendance list from Imperious Expo?" That is a scam. I never sell my list. I never have, and I never will. I say never, but I don't sell that. They try to sell me my own list, and I email them back. Do you realize I own this anyway?
We've had to deal with it too. If you've been in business and you've had marketing and social media, you have had a name and you've had to fight some of these different nuances that are out there. And I can completely relate. Where do we get the tickets? That's the question. It's at the website?
Curious, yes. Oh, I should have mentioned this earlier. We're can we announce something now? Can we put this in? So today we're gonna begin. It's 2 weeks. A 2-week flash sale. We did this last time in Oklahoma. A growers free ticket giveaway. Okay. So go to my website, ImperiousExpo.com, or email me, Eric@ImperiousExpo.com. And if you have an OMMA number, you get 4 free tickets.
Let's go.
Yeah, so they got to sign up before April 15th. So free ticket giveaway, and then come April 15th, the tickets go back to normal price. It's only $50. I think I'm one of the cheapest in the business. I keep it capped at $50 a person for 2 days. That's valid for both.
2-day ticket for $50?
2-day ticket for $50, full access to all the speakers, all the exhibits, nothing extra, all that. So,
all right.
That's what I wanted to say.
Guys, listen, this is going to be amazing. Follow through, check the links down below. We are going to be there. You will have the real authorized social media handles in our link. And up until April 15th, growers can get those free tickets. Guys, we appreciate you being here. Slim, Ed, Easy E, Eric, thank you guys for joining us on MCM. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the expo and more exposure, more times. Thank you guys, all right? We're signing out. Folks, we appreciate you. We look forward to seeing you on our next show of MCM every Wednesday, 7 p.m. live. Check our stuff down. Dr. Sims, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
definitely going on 11, 9 to 1,
2,
9 to when
whatever.
they get done is what I'm thinking. So, and
9 to close.
closing time. You don't edit that. That's good. Okay, so guys, thank you so much. We're going to end with them. That's going to be amazing. Doc, I see guys for putting that in the comments and letting us know how we can always constantly improve. That's what we're about, and that's what we're doing here. Definitely want to give a shout out to Eric Norton, good friend of mine, great man, but really what he's doing for the cannabis industry, putting it. Am I at the right camera? This one, right?
Over there.
All right, I'm at the right camera. It's the corner of my eye looking. Sorry, it freaks me out. Okay, so Imperious Cannabis Business Expo. This is in Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma City. 4 free tickets if you're a grower.
Yep, if you're a grower.
If you're a grower. And
Licensed grower.
Definitely. Yep. So 4 free tickets if you're a grower.
Yep, if you're a grower.
If you're a grower. And
Licensed grower.
Definitely. Yep. So Eric, shout out to that.
Thank you so much for that. He limits the price on his tickets too for other people, for everybody else.
Correct.
So
it's $50. I think you guys
just
just watched it. $50 for 2 days.
Yeah,
so that's and you heard them about 80 to 90 vendors is what is to be expected. That's a lot of people there, a lot of businesses.
Right now, remember he's shooting for over 100.
Holy moly, that's going to be a lot of people.
He's trying to get like 180 or something.
Yeah, hey, I tell you this, there's 2. We gonna be there. We'll have a booth there. You'll definitely want to come and check that out. Special shout out to Slim, aka Aaron over there with Carter Creek Cannabis down at a Broken Bow. Super excited to hear his, not the keynote speaker, Mr. Ed Rosenthal, aka Guru of Ganja. Yep. I don't need to make up and throw any other name out there. He already has a name. Yep. He's the Guru of Ganja. You're definitely going to want to be there. Ed, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with us on that interview as well, and we look forward to seeing him. Again, ImperiousExpo.com. June 2nd, June 3rd. Go and check it out. It's going to be great. Hope to see you all there. That's going to be awesome. That was a good time. Good interview, too.
Such a good interview.
And we got more interviews coming with them. That was only a preview. So we've got way more in-depth things happening with them that we're super excited about. Let's go into some current events real quick, right? I mean, we're every Wednesday. Can't wait to see who we have on next week. I'm not going to give an idea. You'll see it. But we're going to have some good people on next week, as we always do. Thank you to the back-end team. It's the beginning of April, Q2, right?
Spring.
We're starting
Coming
spring.
into spring. Yep.
April showers. We've got Easter happening this week.
Yep.
We've got
Sunday, Easter Sunday. Just saying.
That's what's happening. That's one of the things going on. We've got First Friday happening. Yep. Definitely check out Studio 30. They're doing a lot of different things. You've got 420 coming up this month. 420 is going to be just
off the hook.
It's going to be something, I can tell you that. And so there will be a plethora of different parties and things happening there. Then we go into May. We've got actually you've got a booth happening in a sale, right? You have what's this thing?
Well, the flea market's this weekend.
Okay, so, flea market.
Yeah, the Tulsa Flea Market at the Expo Center.
Yep.
So at the fairgrounds. So,
Doc is a collector and a seller.
So
so I hope I said that properly.
And it's the Oddity Show too this weekend. So,
okay, those are things
shout
that
out to the
happening.
Oddity Show. So that's a crazy time there. Ooh, they got some crazy shit.
I can believe it.
Okay.
I don't know, but I would take your word for it.
And
then we've got what other cannabis things happening? We've got May happening. We've got Memorial Day coming up. Then, again, the expo. Really, that's other than our show, that's the most important things you guys need to pay attention to. So definitely go to our website. Go follow us on all of our pages, all of our links. Definitely follow the people that we're talking about, not just right now, but look them up. We're going to have Community Sound Jam. They will have their Insta, all their stuff is on our info. Studio 30 THC2. If you're needing a license being renewed, thinking about it, little endless plug there. Definitely give them a call. www.thc2.com. We'll make sure that the patients are taken care of by yours truly, Dr. Jason Sims. And I really think that's it, right? I mean, honestly, the interview we just gave was really all we had to do. Like, I mean, with this band right here,
right?
I'm just really wanting to keep jamming. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to meet them. Let's meet them though.
No.
Let's meet the
you know
band.
what? Let's meet the band. Can we do that? Can we meet the band? Hey, can we meet the band? Yeah. Hey, can we meet the band? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't have a microphone to go. Hey, they got a mic already connected up there. Okay. Who did that?
Just talk loud.
Damn, Daniel. What that room? Hey, listen. My team Let me tell you, the team that we have back here, Dave and Sasha are amazing, and I can't give them enough credit. Y'all don't get to see everything, super professional, but they've done some things to this set. Shout out to my production team, MCM. They're amazing. Dave and Sasha in the background. Andrew chilling over there, always plugging us up, doing well. And then Stoner Sam is here. Stoner Sam is back. She will be back on next week. We will have some products for her to sample and brands to talk about. So welcome home, Stoner Sam. We're super happy to have you back. Super ready to get her back on the screen. I think it'll be good getting people out there. And so, hey, okay, yeah, this is awesome. I love all of that.
They're getting the microphone set
Okay,
up.
so let's talk about Doc real quick while we're switching over before we meet the band, right? Last week you went to Colorado.
Yep, we
right?
did.
We sure did. I say you did. We did.
Yeah, we went to Colorado.
We went to Colorado and we went to the Indo Expo.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, it was the NOCO Expo.
NOCO.
Forgive me.
We went to
Forgive
Indo
me.
a long time ago.
Correct.
So,
that
it was a NOCO.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the interview.
NOCO Expo at the Broadmoor.
Broadmoor, Colorado
that was crazy.
Springs.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What
We had a
was
good time.
tell the people about that expo. So we were talking about Imperious. We just gave an insight about what's going to happen at that business expo. We went to a hemp expo.
Yeah.
Tell people what you liked from your standpoint of going to that hemp expo.
Yeah, so we actually were able to learn a lot, see some really cool stuff, see some really cool machines.
Definitely.
That, for processing and for cultivating and for all that kind of stuff. They had all that stuff there, and then all the different products that they made. I mean, there's 50,000 uses for hemp. So
yes,
and I don't know if they had them all there, but they had a lot of them. So so we got a lot of cool stuff going. We got some characters made. That was kind of fun.
I got my first character.
Yeah, we got some characters made for us.
Listen, we're gonna show you guys. Come next week, I'm gonna bring some little show and tells of what we had and found at the expo. So when we talk about medical cannabis, it doesn't just mean medical cannabis with THC. We have a lot with hemp as well, and hemp gives you your CBD, and then you also have your delta 8s, 9s, cannabinoids, all of the other things that happen in there. But what's beautiful about hemp, like Doc was saying, there's a plethora of different uses. So being able to go in and see. Did you take the utensils? You remember the utensils?
I did. Mm-hmm.
They have hemp.
I have them.
They have hemp utensils. So your hemp fork, your hemp paper. That was really cool to see. Hemp knife and spoon was in there. The straws was in there.
Yep.
Then you went into
it was in hemp paper.
Hemp paper. They had the hemp machines, so you can so they can process it, break down, so you can get the herd, which is where you make pet beds. Yep. So seeing pet beds, and then even the pet protein.
Yeah, animal feed.
Animal feed,
horses,
for horses, for chickens, for cows.
Just making it right there.
It was in one machine just being made in front of us from the seeds. That was super unique seeing that.
Yeah.
I think something else that really got me excited was learning about the genetics and learning that how the seeds in hemp grow completely different everywhere. So there's specific seeds in Texas that are being worked with the Texas A&M hemp program, and that's in a very dry, hot area, right? And then you've got, or area, excuse me. Then you've got Oklahoma, which is very similar to that, but Kansas, completely different. Nebraska, Idaho, Wyoming, Kentucky, Colorado. Every one of those places are so different, and so what was very interesting to me was how we're still in an early part of the game that we're recognizing what can be maximized in what region. And now knowing what we can have here in Oklahoma to bring to Oklahoma and give options with, medical cannabis and hemp in general was really intriguing to me. Not only that, they have a lot of things going for the bioplastics.
Yeah.
So biochar right now being broken down where you can now utilize this in substitution of things. The durability of it, we've seen where they were making the steel beams that are going to be in buildings. And so substituting wood beams for this biochar plastic combination was absolutely unique to watch that. Really cool. And then you've got, again, all of the different causes, all of the different products that were already being made.
So
from
many. Patagonia was even there. I mean, with their whole hemp line.
Say that.
Patagonia even has their own hemp line.
They have their own whole hemp line. I mean, overalls, hats, shirts,
coats,
jackets. You know what? We're going to end up showing you guys some of this next week. We're going to get it filmed and edited, and we're going to get it cut into probably the pre-roll, and we'll make some mentions of it. But the NOCO hemp group has a place where they've made guitars. They've also made the amps, and so everything that was being played was made of hemp. other than like the strings, obviously. But this man was jamming, just like my guy here jamming. And so when you guys see it, it's absolutely amazing. What else was so? Oh, you know what really stuck out to me? Also, this water in a can.
Yeah.
I don't know, canned water. I mean, obviously, you know, we all drink water, right? You know, but canned
plain
water,
water. Just plain
canned water, like
pure, clean,
pure water.
filtered
This isn't
water.
this isn't a seltzer. This isn't you know, this is plain Jane. I don't even know if it was creek water, like, you know, coming off of.
Hopefully it's not.
I mean,
but-
well, not creek, but you know, Coors Light was up
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah,
Coors
yeah.
Springs,
Like
there.
mountain spring water.
Mountain
We don't
spring
know.
water is what
Yeah,
I meant
yeah.
by that.
Yeah,
Yes,
we don't
and
know.
so super unique. So I mean, the Hemp Expo was great, and like what I was saying, I think expos are great for people to attend because if you don't know about something, the best way to go is to go to an expo because you can pay as a business, you can pay as an individual, and you're going to meet business owners, you're going to meet reps, you're going to actually get samples, you're going to get things to really make a decision on, and I think it's really unique. I love the business expos because I learn something all the time, but I think it's going to be amazing to go and see Eric's Business Expo. So again, guys, Imperious Expo. Definitely want to check it out, ImperiousExpo.com. The expo is June 2nd through the 3rd. Well, why did I say that? It's 2 days. June 2nd and 3rd. You can email Eric. It's actually on the website. You have his 2 keynote speakers, the big ones. Let me rephrase that. The keynote speakers that he has on the website are Ed Rosenthal, the guru of ganja, and then he also has Aaron Smith, the CEO of the NCIA. And so that right there is going to be absolutely amazing. And then also you're going to have Carter Creek, Aaron talking about his story, and I think there's a plethora of speakers. Again, if you're a grower, definitely you want to go in and
Get those
your tickets, man. Get your tickets before April 15th. You get 4 tickets. So you definitely want to check that out. If you have any information or questions, definitely just ask. It's down there. We're going to have it all in our stuff. Everything is there. Again, Imperious Expo, check them out. And definitely keep us a follow. Let other people know. Share, like, all that jazz. All right? And so, okay, I think we're ready, right?
We're gonna meet the
Are
band.
we ready? Are
Yeah,
we,
let's
are we
meet the
ready to
band.
meet the band, guys?
Yeah, we're going to meet the band.
Yo, let's
Yay.
meet the band, guys. Like, come on, guys. I'm at the Community Sound Jam. Like, first off, I love the name. I think the name is awesome. Would you give us an intro and how long you been playing your instrument?
The Community Sound Jam has been going around for probably about 10 years now. I was there from
Wow.
the beginning. Yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 different venues now over Tulsa. This is Joey Blackbeard Lynch right here. He's been coming around for the past about a couple of years now, 3, 4 years.
Okay.
One, yeah. About
Uno mas. Uno
Well, 1
mas.
year, 1 year be sounding like 2 years sometimes.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and then this is Savannah. We called her Myrtle Beef, which is pretty cute.
I like
Yeah,
that.
she or drummer chick. And I'm Lawrence. I go by Lolo. Obviously, I play the bass.
I thought
and-
that was. Listen, I know Lawrence, guys. This goes back. Like as I was sitting there looking, I was like, man, I know
Yeah,
this
I've been
guy.
around for a while,
Yeah,
but,
Lawrence.
you know.
I like live music, and I've been out for a long time, and I've went all the way around Tulsa. I have a lot of friends that are musicians. I know Lawrence, and now that he's pulled his
Thanks,
hat
Barry,
up, it's
man.
been a
Yeah,
while,
I
bro.
know, it has been,
Welcome
has been.
back, bro. Let's go.
And it's so funny because this jam has been going on so long. You know, your other musician, Jason Bauer, that does it. I met him through this jam. So it's like this jam has connected musicians. We've all met through this jam, and it's the purest jam in Tulsa, all made up on the spot. And people sign up. You can come in if you come in early. Sign up on the list, and we get you on the stage, and you jam with musicians right off the cuff, just like that.
Yes, Lawrence. Let's
So,
go, Lawrence.
it's the
I like
purest
that.
jam in Tulsa, and I've loved it, and I've been there since the beginning, and so it's good.
makes me
It's
happy.
good to watch it grow and have so many players. So come on out.
Heck yeah, guys, that's it right there. And look, I look forward to having them out more. I think it's going to be amazing to get you guys to be seen more and then get that.
Yeah, thanks
vibe.
for letting us come on, man. It was cool, and Sasha too. I met him at the jam, so it's all.
Listen,
yeah,
and Sasha, again,
that's the man over
Our
there.
back guy, like you don't. I can't give my team enough credit, but they are so talented in multiverse. And Sasha's a drummer, and so like he does some damage. But I'm gonna get these two on one day, guys. We're gonna get these two
for
on,
sure. Yeah,
but
get his drums over here, man.
I'm
We'll
telling you,
have a drum
you know.
session right here.
Man, and Lawrence, I first off, let me just go ahead and commend you because It's not that I just now was just seeing when you pull the hat up, bro. That's
He was
what's
like,
good.
who, what's
I
his, what's
looked,
his
I was
name
like,
again?
man. I was
What
like,
is his
I
name
was like,
again?
man, I know this guy. I've seen him. How do I know him? And I like I said, I go to the music. I love live music. I just think the artistry of people playing and being themselves, and it's beautiful.
real, man.
I have to give major kudos. I got to give major flowers. This man has been doing this. He said 10 years, but he's been doing it more than that. This man has taught a lot of people.
I have.
He has been everywhere, and I got to give him his flowers, because when we talk about the music scene in Tulsa,
Hey, we'll be back, man. We'll come back. We need.
This is cat.
I like this. This is
hey,
cool.
let's go, man. Thank you guys for it. I love it. So, listen. With that being said, you guys gave us an intro. Can you give us an outro? Can you guys lead us out of this bad boy? Guys, this is MCM. I'm Perry Jones III. This is Dr. Jason Sims. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m., we are live. Pay attention to the cannabis in Oklahoma, right here from MCM. Take us out, guys. Hey, welcome, guys. Another beautiful week at MCM. Let's go. Guys, I am Perry Jones III. We've got Dr. Jason Sims here, and we've got the Skywalker himself from X-Pac, Mr. Luke. He's in here. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
What's going on, Perry?
Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
so much. I'm
Heck
so
yeah,
stoked. So stoked. Guys, this is going to be an amazing show today. You know, every show is live. Every show comes with its changes and adapts and pivots on there. As you notice right now, unfortunately, we don't have Petty Fox in. He had a last-minute issue, and we're praying that he's going to be okay and get his health up, and then he'll be back to rejoin us in the next week or so. So we do not have our music to start, but that's okay, because, you know, I'm a great hummer. See, so there we go, and that's a good entry, I would say, right?
Okay.
No? What do you think, Doc?
Sure, why not?
So here we are, guys. This is week 14. We're super stoked on it. Thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for being here. Like, share, all that extra stuff, you know how they say it, down in the comments, leave your questions as this thing goes on. You know what we do. We bring on people in that are in the industry, that are making waves, that are doing damage. And let me tell you, this grower right here, his operation, his beliefs, the things that he has, I wish at times that you can open up and really see what's going down here. I'm gonna show y'all in a little bit.
Smell-o-vision will be a thing one day.
Smell-o-vision would. I think it'll be like a scratchy vision,
And
right?
we'll be growing the terps for it.
Hey, I like that. You're gonna go onto your phone and just be like, oh, what's this? Now my phone is showing. I mean, hell, it's iPhones and all these other phones. High phones. That's the new one, the high phone. You never know what's gonna be able to happen. But let me tell you, this funk right here, it's as good as George Clinton in the Parliament. That's how funky it is to me. You know what I mean? Skunk the funk, you know. Look, talk to me, man. Welcome, my friend. Congratulations on your first harvest coming through. It's been a lot of work being put in there, you know. I've been following you for a long time. We've been friends, associates, as you've been in this industry and came to our state for a minute. And I'm happy to see the progress that you've made, man. I'm happy to now have this stuff out for patients to have. You know, let the people know a little bit about you. I'm so happy that we got this time on here. But let's go right into it, man. X-Pac, like, talk to me about your passion. Like, where are you from? Who are you? What got you into Oklahoma in the game?
Ooh, that's
like three opens.
That's a hefty.
That's three opens.
That's a hefty package set.
Unravel, right?
But
go with
we're
it.
expansion pack though, so that's what we do, right? So, yeah, heck yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Week 14, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hardly ever make it into week 14. Nobody's going to teams like that.
Hey, growers pay attention.
But yeah, congrats too.
Thank you.
I dig what you guys got going on here, and I appreciate the community vibe and just kind of sharing information and knowledge. I mean, that's kind of what it's
keeping it going, man.
For me, that's what it's like. That was the thing, you know. Like
that's the ditch.
I've been professionally in the industry for 14 years now. Started back in Cali and just dispensaries and trimming, and eventually like managing grow ops and this and that. But,
gateway.
You know,
I like to call that the gateway.
Yeah, yeah. And then, but you know, even since a young teen, you know, like searching the forums, like just like learning how to grow weed on the internet, and people just like sharing the things, and you know,
that's been your passion.
Yeah, man, and it's cool to see. I'm from Cali.
What part of Cali? Tell us.
From Palmdale, Lancaster. So it's North Los Angeles County, about an hour north of Los Angeles. Up in the high desert, where you can actually grow really good weed, and you got nice.
In the desert?
I'm not gonna try to like blow up the spot, but you can do some damage in the desert. Yes,
well, the elevation up there is a little different too. Like, what would be the elevation over there? Still,
the high
what you
desert,
think?
it's like a little above 2,000, like 23 something.
Okay.
So it's interesting. The sun's a little more potent, and then but it's also dry, super dry, so you don't have any problems with mold or nothing. Anyways, so yeah, man, I started back in Cali in like the Prop 215 kind of era, just like finding my way. You know, I didn't have any like ins or anything. I just started like working at dispensaries and asking around, getting referrals and stuff to different spots.
The grunt work, you were putting it in.
Yeah, and then like kind of flash forward to the past couple years when I wanted to start my own thing, come out to Oklahoma, and I see the kind of vibe out here, kind of similar to what it was back in Cali, back in like 08, 09, where it was like kind of young. There's still jars on the table that you can open up and smell, and like it's, you know, pre-packaging completely changed, you know, everything.
It changed the whole game. Pre-packaging did.
But at the same time too, like just as far as like the whole market in general, right? I mean, it's just very open, right? Like you see grows coming up and down, up, down. There's a million of them, right? There's a million dispensaries, and they're cycling through right now, and it's like the whole market's breathing. Fast. It's like huffing and puffing. So
that's a good description. I'd say that. Like, I mean, you're watching year 5 now. I think we're going into year 5, year 6, 2018, right? We're going into year 6 now in June. But year 5 of cannabis, medicinal cannabis, being in Oklahoma, and like you're saying, breathing and watching from the entry players to players like yourself that watched it start, and you just had your first harvest, so like
Right.
you're fully in greenhouse up. We'll talk about your style of growing here in just a minute, but I concur with what you were saying as far as the market starting to allow itself to breathe a little bit and grow, right? Some of those,
and it's like difficult too at times. Like right now, like and it's, I think right now it's like at a like we were talking about the other day. It's like kind of like at a volume kind of part of like the maybe like the in breath, right? It's just like like take what you can get.
you're building up, you're expanding the lungs right now. Is what's happening.
I think for a lot of people who are in it for the long haul, you know, and really respect the plant, and it's something that they love, you know, you can wait to the top of the breath, and then on the exhale, and you
Control it on the
cycle
way
it
out.
out and let it all go, and then it's kind of like, oh, all that tension's gone, and you're so.
I can kind
We've been
awesome.
kind of, you know, on
We've been grinding, you know,
been grinding on the
It's been
seas, you know,
grinding.
kind of getting this ship into, you know, finally got this, you know, so.
So let's
we're
talk
getting there.
about that. Like, so you come from Cali. That's your background. Did you do any courses? Were you good in school with biology and botany? Was that a passion,
you know what?
right?
In like elementary school, I was like super duper into science. Like I was like science
Yeah.
fairs and stuff. Like I loved it.
I love
dug it.
science fairs. You know, I think we should do science fairs. Like, I think bring back science fairs. Like, get kids and people to be creative. Like,
Do
create
science
some
fairs.
stuff. A science fairs.
Studio 30.
Okay, shout out Studio 30, the event space in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that's hosting and doing all those cool jazz. You guys should do that. We ought to send it out to them. What do we call it? High.
I already forgot.
See,
man.
I already forgot
High-end
some
sphere.
high
Sphere.
high-end fair.
High-end
Okay,
fair.
we're gonna have to
High-end.
we're gonna have to coin that, but I think we should bring that back.
It's a high-end sphere.
It's the
I don't know. It's a
high-end
high-end
sphere.
sphere.
I think we
I
should
don't
bring
know.
that back.
I don't
We need to
know.
bring that back. People being smart and expanding their thought process and showing by examples of, you know, what they've come up with. I like that. That's true. I was always that kid too. I liked
Right.
it. And now as we're adults, I'm like, man, I don't do none of that cool shit.
I want to make a little
Right?
diagram.
Right? Listen, I want the volcano to blow up in there, you know. I want to see the plant do this and go down. Like, I think that would be really cool. And so you got into growing. Let's talk about kind of like what's your style? What'd you figure out from your years of experience now that obviously from Prop 215 coming into Oklahoma's market, a good amount of time in between there. Gives you a lot of education, a lot of experience for the style that you want to grow, genetics, things of that sort. Can you talk a little bit about like how you now have formed yourself and what type of grower you are? Or do you perceive
Yeah.
yourself what you put out there for patients?
Yeah. So I never took classes or anything. Actually, no, I take that back. I did take some community college classes. There was a stint where I did like some soil science and like basic horticulture.
Okay.
Like a botany course and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But never like extensive. You know,
Okay.
no degrees or certifications or anything. It all came from legacy market, just managing like 50 lighters here and there, juggling a few facilities. So I started out learning on ebb and flow, like just ebb and flow with rock wool, and then transferred to a lot of drain to waste, kind of just like pouring water just down the drain and sucking Northern California all the way up to Oregon dry.
No wonder
No
they were
remorse.
having- yeah, I was about to say,
Looking
no
back,
wonder
I'm like,
those
dude,
droughts.
that's so crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like it's kind of pretty sad, like how like a lot of it.
Experience happened.
Yeah, experience happened,
By the
and that was a
cost of
great
the
thing.
state, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So anyway, so I learned, you know, and from that, I kind of started getting my hands dirty with soil, kind of just on my own. I started like just like getting into growing veggies. For a while, I had a felony in California. I had a marijuana felony that got Prop 64. Did a lot of bad, but it did let my felony go.
Right, I was going to say, it did some good.
Some good. So I read about it in the newspaper. I was like, what? Oh my God, I'm free. So that's kind of was like kind of also part of the origin story of like why I started when I did out of nowhere. Like my record is clean and I can like just
You'll be free now.
So yeah, but before that, I was like getting into actually thinking about how to do vegetables in like urban environments, kind of inspired by
Local
this
stuff.
dude like Curtis Stone. He does a lot of like
Yeah.
renting people's backyards and stuff for veggie production. So I was kind of like, I was like, dude, what do I do now? Like, I want to do something. I want to, you know, have a farming business. and right when I was about to launch that in like 2000, I think like 19 was when I found out the news that my felony was no more. Like right when I was about to like pull loans and pull the trigger on this whole vegetable venture, which I still want to do in certain regards, but then it just kind of, that was like, it was a weird point with COVID-19 and everything too. Like I actually kind of took a pause right as COVID-19 hit, because I was like, wait, I was gonna do like, you know, targeting like restaurants like as main customers, and then like dine-in was like no more. So I was like, oh, like there's, and then the felony thing, I was like, whoa, wait.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Some combining things were happening at that time.
So anyways, so came from hydroponics and then dabbled in, you know, organics and soil and no-till, and kind of took care of some people's farms, Mendo, Humboldt, Southern Oregon and stuff, and kind of decade, 12 years, finally started realizing maybe I want to finally do one for myself.
And so what style did you, out of all of those different styles that you've learned, which one do you fancy yourself to? What's brought some of these beautiful things? Because listen, this right here, I know that just fell. This right here is absolutely stank. Like this thing is dangerous right here. So like I'm just happy to see it, because you showed me something different the other day. This is crazy.
It was handled a little bit differently.
Yeah, that's the handler always changes things. Tell me about like the style that you now fancy yourself with. What are we using? What can patients expect to get when they come from the X-Pack?
If you want to put it in like common terms, call it living soil, but I don't like to box it in. I don't know. I was joking around with you the other day. I like to call it after my little astral farmer thing. I like to call it astral tech. Because I'm really inspired by natural farming techniques. Like I think Korean natural farming is cool, and Jadam, and like all these things which I'm inspired by, and I take from.
You incorporate and use different parts.
Yeah, but I can't call myself like a natural farmer. I got this crazy mixed light greenhouse that's like not natural. And
speaking of the greenhouse is fire. Like I mean, there's a lot of different greenhouses that I've seen personally. Yours is pretty fucking unique. I like it. I think nice.
I didn't know too much about Oklahoma, so I decided to brace for the
That's what I was about to say. This damn thing is it's a survival tent. This damn thing is for real. It is nice. And so, and it's huge too, and it's huge. So, and you have the opportunity to do a lot of different things in there. I like the fact that you're not trying to box yourself in, right? Like you're not categorized as a one type of farmer. You're really utilizing a lot of different variances and styles that you find to work, and then matching it with the Oklahoma terrain and things to create things. And obviously, as a grower, it's continuous, right? Like it's like cooking to me. You do it this one time, you're hoping to repeat a good amount of what you did last time, but it is going to have its variances every time you go to reproduce it. So like consistency is a key, but seeing what you currently are doing, like
so that was like the middle way for me, doing basically sun-grown indoor, right? Like I have light supplementation, I have HVAC and dehumidification. I'm not running like wet walls and doing or like swamp cooling, or so I am still subject to the seasons, right?
Correct.
Like the temperature fluctuations are different in the greenhouse versus an indoor. Same with like the sun intensity, or like the consistency of how much I'm supplementing, or how many cloudy days there are. But I think that it's enough of a middle way to be able to consistently produce something that like people can come back for. It's not going to be like the same exact shape bud every single time, or the same exact testing, but it's going to be pretty damn close, and it's more or less like those quality markers and characteristics that I think people will be coming back for, versus like going for like a Jack Daniels and wanting a Jack Daniels every single time, like how like you can make with like distillate products, or
you create that same consistency. This is going to be more on a quality consistency, and I like that. I think that's going to be really interesting.
But then, and then at the same time, be able to do it in a way that is pretty accessible to a lot of people, because, I think a lot of people right now, I hear like dispensaries, they sell through a lot of shake, a lot of pre-rolls, and a lot of pre-rolls are like kind of just like the
everything
that comes down to the bottom, and to be able to produce something that, people can smoke a lot, man. I like smoking a lot. If I bought all the weed that I smoke, I would be like suffering.
You
know?
Hey, Doc, what's the amount that they say is like the legal limit for smoking?
The lethal?
Lethal
The
limit.
lethal limit.
There's a LM.
Yeah,
it's called lethal,
no,
right?
it's LD 50.
LD
Is what it is,
50.
which is the lethal dose that 50% of the population using that much would die.
Damn. All right,
Yeah.
what's that amount for smoking?
It's a 1,500 pounds.
I'm pretty
in
close to that
15
every day.
minutes. In 15
Pretty
minutes.
close.
15 minutes.
Yeah, in 15 minutes.
Nice. That's not even.
Yeah.
It's like a
that's
joint
no
from
way.
here to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Just
And, yeah, there's
That's
no
like
way.
that guy in I believe everybody has seen this video one time or another. But when they were chopping down, I don't know if it was Northern California, maybe Washington, Oregon, but they had like a state, maybe trooper, that they had all these plants that were in this big old bush, and they just lit it, and the guy was sitting there, the reporter was sitting there, and all that smoke.
I think you're right, yeah.
His whole interview
changed.
like as
yeah.
it came on. It's like, hey, I'm Dan. Oh, well, I was, you know. So if you haven't, just look up reporter, weed news, keywords, SEO gets you in that type of stuff. But you'll see this video. It's old. I'm dating myself, but that's pretty hilarious. Gosh, that's super unique. All right, well, we're going to get ready to take this quick break real quick. It's our 15 minutes. You know, we're working on our show to be a real traditional show on time limits and mixing and things, and we are loving it and we are learning it. So we're going to get ready to take this quick 15 minutes. You guys look at our sponsors, look at some of the good things on here, and we're going to be right back with you. We're going to wrap up with Luke with X-Pack, Expansion Pack, right here in Oklahoma. Dr. Sims, usually at this time I would say cut to music, but I'll be your music tune. Do 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 do. Commercial break, 30 seconds. How was that? Hey guys.
Taking a good break.
All right, we're on.
Oh shit, let me move that.
Yup.
3, 2.
Oh, hola! Welcome back. Hey, you like my theme music? I've been working on it. It's going great.
Sounds like
Guys,
Super Mario Brothers. I don't know. I think you stole that.
Super Mario Brothers. It's because they're on right now. Like, there's so much hoopla about Super Mario Brothers. Excuse me. Taking back my nostalgia-ness. Do miss cartoons, quality cartoons, that is. For those that want to know. Guys, I'm Perry Jones III, right here with MCM. We're back with Dr. Jason Sims, and we've got the Skywalker himself, Mr. Luke, from Expansion Pack. Guys, let's go ahead and get back into it. This is such a great interview. I love hearing stories. I love understanding whys. I love seeing what the patients are about to get. And this right here, this is going to be this is some fire, guys. Again, I said it, George Clinton, Funkadelic. That's what that is right there. And so, Luke, man, welcome back. Let's go right into it, man. You kind of gave us a great intro story about who you are, where you're from, the origins of the Skywalker himself. I like saying that only because it's Luke, but
that's actually the strain that I probably grew the most of in like the first part of my career that I learned on was tons of Skywalker.
Skywalker was one of oh man, listen, for those that don't know, Skywalker in general is one of my favorites. I haven't had it in a long time, but I remember in the day that was in abundance. Mm-hmm. That was one of those strands that came through, and it was like in abundance. Mm-hmm. So you just
it grew as a producer.
Yeah,
it was
a
OG,
producer.
But it was like kind of heavier because of the blueberry in there and the Mazzari.
And for those that don't know, blueberry is Perry Jones III's one of his top 4 favorites. So if you ever see me in person and you're like, "Yo, P, I got something," I'm about that blueberry life. I love.
That's why you're
berries.
so the other day. I mentioned blueberry, and you were like,
"Yes,
it's gotta be blue.
It's gotta be blue. You can't come in with no purple and say this is blue." I know colors. You know colors. There are real colors. All right. So yes, just so you know, it's there. But enough about me, guys. Luke, let's go into now that you're here, now that you're in the market, now that you're establishing yourself. We've got the first harvest in. Tell me about the genetics, if you don't mind. Like, what is it that you are going to be aiming to produce for patients? And do you have, like, a way of selecting and kind of keeping that going? Can you kind of touch on that? I've always wondered that for growers. Like, how do you select what you're going to use? And then how often are you going to do that? When do you switch it up? Can you tell us what you started with and, like, what's your progression, what you're thinking, what you're going to provide?
Yeah, so I lost all my clone library. Let it all go. Mm-hmm. For one reason or another, all gone, right? So this past round, I grew, utilized a nursery. They came through. They were really good. Cannibal Lecter.
Okay.
Got 4 different varieties from them, which did really well in that greenhouse.
Quiet on the set.
So I kept them around. But as far as like as choosing what to use and what to move into and what to plan ahead for, right now I'm really kind of looking at the market for direction. Okay. You know,
kind of
like
seeing what's out there and what's happening.
Yeah, because if I try to do like right out of the gate, I feel like if I'm trying to do everything that I like smoking, like that's super great. That's
for
super
you.
Great for me.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So, yeah, kind of just, you know, going with what's popular really, but then also leaning towards like in general I like growing OG type of stuff. I feel like good OG Kush kind of stuff. Like this Animal Mints is a Fire OG cross animal cookies, which is like a Fire OG back cross. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of cool because it's like a kind of more resilient kind of Fire OG.
Works well in our environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that good kind of OG crosses that gas always sells if it's grown really well. But then I do want to move into more kind of user specific or patient specific stuff. You know, I would really love to work with dispensaries as far as like if they have a certain type of patient looking for specific terpene profiles or cannabinoid profiles, it would be really great to be able to grow those, you know. But it's also like, I think it's going to take quite a bit of building network to be able to get to that point, you know, where I can, as a farmer, safely plant those and be like, yeah, it's going to go somewhere. Correct. Because somebody's actually going to like use it functionally versus just hunt for it for the THC number, which is
which seems to be like the fad right now, right? I mean, obviously the THC number is what people, I would say the most, the mass, right? Those aren't necessarily the patients that have dwindled down what they actually like, what terpenes are, what
it's like
how
a
they
good, it's a
affect
good,
them.
it's definitely a good quality marker, but
Yeah.
like a quality marker, not like the quality
Correct. I dig that. Yes, I completely agree with that. And so we've got these two happening right now. You talk about, which I think is amazing, taking that patient aspect and working with the dispensaries, working with patients hand in hand to find out what they may like, and again, that's a huge thing because it's the mass, so I think that's a really great concept and way of what you're taking to work with those.
Yeah.
I think that's
and it'll still be this kind of same way, so I'm still like looking to the market for direction, but it'll be much more effectively targeted, and be able to
Definitely.
serve people's needs like in a way more direct way.
So what do you think? So what do you think of the market now? Like right now, and how it is now that you've got your first harvest out? We're going into year 6. Excuse me. We're in year 5 right now of this market. You come from other markets that matured and developed. From your expertise and your standpoint, how would you rate the Oklahoma market right now? What are your takes on the Oklahoma market? And then where do you see it going in the next year, 2 years?
It's kind of where I expected it to be now. Like I started building this farm maybe 2 years ago, and kind of like got a little slower start to it with some little bit of health complications, and actually just kind of getting over it now. And now, 2 years into it, like you said, 5 years into the full legalization, it's kind of, right on track. I know a lot of people are like, oh man, it's just not what it used to be, and it's like
cost, prices, all that jazz.
Yeah, and like you said, I've come from markets where like I've seen it plummet all the way down. So I've seen it go from $4,200 pounds to $500 pounds. So building the operation to be able to
sustain
safely cruise at that bottom limit. If the tides rise, that's super awesome. But we're built to, create a really great product for people, regardless of the season. If it's high tides or low tides, we're gonna be here. And
let me ask you this, because speaking on that, with going from the $4,200 pound down to a $500 and going back up, your style with the greenhouse. For that production, whether it's on the mass to handle that low cost or to be boutique to get that higher end, why choose the greenhouse for you specifically? And then what for others, for patients that don't understand or know the differences in all the styles of growing, you selected the greenhouse. Why would you use a greenhouse, and how would that affect for a patient?
Sure. So there it's kind of two sides to the coin. One side, a more cut and dry way, is it's less expensive to use the sun than to turn on lights.
Truth.
It's still hot inside, like the sun still creates heat, and a lot of the cost of an indoor grow still is air conditioning or cooling the place just the same. So I'm still running into that issue. I'm still mitigating the sun from the heat, but at the same time I am able to also run things, there is times when I'm able to not even run the AC, not run any lights, and it's just growing. It's perfect conditions in there, right? So I'm not, it
saves you on that.
Saves a lot of electricity, but at the same time, the real kicker is that the sun is like the best grow light ever.
You can't top the You can't top the UVs coming from the sun.
No, it creates terpene profiles and cannabinoids that it's just you can't really do
Better
indoors. Indoors is awesome. I love it, but also there's just something else to be had there, right? So I'm kind of just exploring that.
I like it. I've always personally, I've been a fan of outdoor because I've had, we all have had different things, different variances. But I have always personally, like you said, been on the tune of a good natural terp profile that you can't manipulate as much, right? You can manipulate things, but you don't know the full capability of some of those things because they don't get all of the same resources to pull it out.
Right.
And so I think that's one of the good things that you have right there.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier one of your favorite strands, and let me go back into what my favorite question is. One of my favorite questions, I always do this, I got to ask Doc this too. I don't think I've ever asked Doc this question, and I'm going to ask you too, Luke. When did the plant touch you? You went briefly from when you were younger. You were in science fairs, and obviously we started into botany and basic science. But then you said, was it your teenage years? How did the plant and when did it touch you that made you say, okay, you know what? This is something I want to pursue right here. This is something I'm interested in.
I don't know why I was interested in it before I ever smoked it, but before I smoked, I first tried it when I was right when I turned 14, the summer I turned 14.
Okay.
But before that, I was strangely interested in it. Like I was like madly researching it. I was just like fascinated with this shit. And then the opportunity finally came across, which was I used to be into hip hop quite a bit.
Yeah.
And the first b-boy event that I went to, the first breakdancing battle that I went to, afterwards, the people who were kind of these dudes who were like, kind of like taking me under their wing. I smoked with them on the way back from the first b-boy event. Like my mind was already blown. I was just like, like I seen some of the craziest shit at the time. Like arguably some of the best b-boys at the time in Los Angeles. Like when this like abstract style of dancing was kind of being formed. It was like the fucking shit.
This was a place. That was a time.
In Sun Valley, kind of right in the same area when there's really good weed out there. Those are crazy good weed and like super fucking new, things going on in breakdancing. Anyways, so my mind was blown. Exactly. I was like, what just happened? And then on the way home, they rolled up a blunt. And my mind was just like.
It always fascinates me to hear stories because you never know, and then you go down that memory lane and you're just like, holy shit, damn, that's what I was doing.
And then,
that's what was
and then
happening.
From there it was like game over. Like hip hop kind of just like gave me something to like keep my mind focused, and medicine kept me like in line. And ever since then, I was like, it helped me sleep. My whole life I've had insomnia, and ever since I was a little kid, and it helped me sleep. And I was like, whoa, like this is the bee's knees, man. Like everybody should know about this.
Not just for having for fun. I actually am utilizing it in other places, and that's super. And you talk about it as medicine, and so you've used it. And you medicate with it as well. It's not just a pleasure thing for you.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's a little bit of everything. I think these days for me, I think it like I heard somebody say it. I forgot who said it, but. It like keeps me in my meditation. Like I'm never trying to get high. Like like throughout my day, like it's like always a chance to be in a walking meditation, and it's just like a tool. Like we don't need it, but it helps me stay in my meditation throughout the day.
That sounds really good. I never heard it in that manner. I don't think.
I forgot.
It keeps me like in a walking meditation because I say the same. I medicate often and frequently, and it's that right there. That's my saneness. That's what helps me keep me to where I can function because I'm in that zone. I'm in that meditation. Yeah. So that's a good description right there. I like that.
It's in that like flow state.
Yeah, ebb and flow. Doc, let me ask you. When did the plant touch you?
We talked about it before.
I know, but I forgot.
Finish up the other part.
Well, he wants to know too.
I want to know.
That's what I was saying. We want to know. Doc, when did the plant touch you? You the doc. We want to know how this medicine hit you and when did it
I don't know.
affect you really?
I was in high school whenever I first tried it the first time. I think it was high school with one of my friends, and we played Spy Hunter afterwards. That was pretty fun because he was playing, and every time a motorcycle went by, I'd touch the wheel and knock the motorcycle off. And we'd just laugh and laugh. And then the next time, it was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, super bad experience. I burned my lungs up and couldn't hardly breathe for 3 days. And
that's bad weed right there.
I was burping green smoke. It was really wild. So
the color of your
I saw the color of my burp. Yeah, I could see the color of my burp. And so I didn't do anything for years and years and years and years and years. And then had a couple of just mediocre bad experiences with it. Didn't like it, didn't believe in it, thought it was the devil's lettuce. Thought it was I thought it was horrible.
When you get
Worst
that bad
thing
experience,
ever.
it is a scary thing. Like cannabis at a big dose, it's powerful. It's fucking powerful, man.
And you don't know. You don't know because you just inhale and now
and then
whatever. Then you find out. That's what happens.
Definitely. Then you find out. And then I had a friend, actually my best friend. We've been friends, gosh, 25 years now almost. But he would smoke every day. He smoked every day, all the time. Smoked every day, several times a day. And finally I said, dude, do I even know who you are? Are you just high all the time?
And he goes, his constant meditation.
and he goes, I don't get high. And I was like, what do you mean you don't get high? You're smoking all the time.
Yeah.
He said, no, I smoke so that I can calm myself down. I can get some stuff done. I can sleep when I want to sleep. And I said, what the fuck ever? You're just high all the time.
You're
Fuck
just
off,
using
dude.
an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. It's an excuse. And then I watched him, over years and years and years, and he never was high. He never
He was
seemed
just
high at all.
functioning.
He was just functioning, exactly.
Yeah.
And then CBD became popular.
Truth.
And my girlfriend at the time had chronic pain issues, and we started using CBD because my patients were telling me about all this good stuff that CBD did, and so we went to CBD, and she started decreasing.
CBD.
Yeah, CBD. And she started decreasing her pain meds.
Yeah.
So significantly.
Damn.
Using CBD, and so then we started going a little bit into the THC, and then this happened.
Then we came together.
And so then we came together, and I did a whole bunch of studying and
Yep.
a whole bunch of other stuff. And
Still does
and
it.
I still am on the CBD train.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
So because it really does.
Shout out THC2, www.thc2.com, little shameless plug, Dr. Jason Sims. They're getting ready to release some new CBD strands that they're going to be able to have their patients to help.
Flower.
And some flower is going to be crazy. So they've got some, congratulations on that too, Doc. That's some years in the making to now. I'm just going to shout that out. Guys, we had something major happen yesterday. We were able to go to our grow that we have out in Springfield. It's in the Springfield area. We have our own hemp farms. We have one up there. We have one here in Oklahoma. And we were able to get all of our flour and bring all of that back down here. We've been doing it intermediately, like very small chunks, and using our tinctures. And now the studies are up. Doc's fully believing we have exactly the things that he wants to give the patients. And we've got a slew of CBD flower that's going to hit the market to help patients to balance out these negative experiences that they may have, but also to understand how to be functional. You know what I mean? It's one thing just to medicate. It's another thing to be medicated and functionally, being functional medicating. I said that right? I think that's
Being
Close enough.
functional.
Everybody knows what you mean.
You know what I'm saying, right? All right. And if you got something to say, put it in the comments. That's what I want. Put it in the comments. Let me know.
Comments gotta get heated.
That's
It's a
gonna be
heated-
fire
it's a
out
heated
here.
zone
And
now.
I don't mind
It
the
is.
emojis. Give me some emojis too. I'm down with them. All right. Let me talk to you. All right. So, man, Luke, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Thanks,
I'm so
Barry.
proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you,
so
Barry.
thankful that you're able to touch the Oklahoma market with your expertise. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
honored.
wait for
I'm excited.
our follow-up. So, everybody that comes through our show, we get you on the first one. We follow back up in 3 months to see the progress, to see the growth, to see the changes in the market and what you've done, what you haven't done, and see if we're still holding each other accountable on what we're wanting to do for this thing. And so, again, I commend you. Market, get ready, because the X-Pack is about to touch down. I'm super stoked. I can't disclose all the goodness that's going to be happening, but we've got some good things to talk about and show for the next soon. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm just so proud
Thank
of
you,
you.
brother.
How would you, well, right now you're in the mix. Usually at this point I would say this is how you will be able to find X-Pack, but X-Pack is in the middle of working some major deals right now that you will be able to get hands-on here very shortly. Right now, he's just announcing, we're expanding, we're bringing it. Luke, we look forward to seeing you on the next one, my friend.
No doubt.
Definitely,
Yeah, no doubt.
definitely. Guys, that's Luke with X-Pack. Can't wait to follow up with him. Can't wait to see more.
Feel free, by the way, to follow along. Where
Oh, yeah.
I do
What's
have
your handles? Give
where
me
I
the
do
handles.
have like some of just, it's nothing too crazy. It's just little posting every now and then of farm related stuff.
Okay.
At my Instagram, Astral Farmer, ASTRAL Farmer.
Oh yeah, here we do it like this. Hit that. Zoom in on that bad boy right there. The
And then
sticker's
also at
hard.
Expansion Pack. So
And
both
at
Astral
Expansion
Farmer, at Expansion Pack. Instagram, that's the main thing. You can find me on Facebook too. Talk
Okay.
some shit, but
Yeah, we
Instagram's
like
the
the
way to go.
comments, guys. We like the emojis. Definitely check our stuff down. After this, you're going to get it. What you got over there, Bubba? We good? Okay, cool. Yeah,
Thanks, Perry.
so sweet, man. Okay,
Thank you, brother.
already
Really
know,
appreciate
brother.
it.
You know.
Thank you for letting
And
me
Doc,
be here.
thank you for being here with it. Guys, again, that's X-Pac. That's Luke. Skywalker is what I like to call him. We look forward to following up with him. We're going to take a quick 20-second. No, I don't want to say a time. We're going to take a quick break, all right? When we come back, we've got some special things coming up, guys, because today is our Growers Edition, and I'm excited to show you what we got coming up, all right? Pay attention. We'll see you in just a minute.
Two, three.
Yep. How we doing?
Oh, my goodness. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we have got something special for you. So like I said, this right here is our Growers Edition. Could have put that on something in the beginning, but it's what we called it right now. And so as you met before, we had X-Pac on. Brand new, just had their first harvest. Super excited about what they were going to bring to the market. Let me tell you about something that was already in the market, and you can go and find this stuff right now, and it is fire, as in fuego fire. And this is Kind Origins. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. And you see it. I'm not even going to give the intro. I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves so you guys know exactly who we have on in the minds, in the brains, and the cells behind this bad boy. Come on.
Yeah, man, I'm Cameron. I own Kind Origin. Thanks for having us on the show.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, man, Jay.
I'm Jay, your friendly neighborhood bag man.
That's why I like people introducing themselves, because you never know what quirky ways they're going to do it. And so, I love that right there. And let me tell you, I was saying it earlier, we didn't have our band on, but we had our bags on. And the bag man had the bags on bags over there. And so, guys, thank you guys for spending the time, taking the time to come on and let the market, let our people in Oklahoma and then outside of there know about what you guys are doing and what you're bringing to the market. Man, thank you guys for doing that. Yeah. Let's go right into it. As you know, we're here. We bring awareness. We bring information. We want to make sure that our people understand the minds and the brains behind the brands that you see. And let me tell you, I know you've been up to Uptown Wellness, which is in downtown Tulsa, literally in the heart of downtown Tulsa. They have a lot of great things. Shout out Uptown, 24-hour place, and it's right near the hospital. One of the places I super, super highly respect, and their motto. And this is where they can find some of your stuff. Shameless plug right there, but had to do that right there. Let's go right into it, man. Cam, Jay, can we go in and find out? Let's start with you, Cam. A little bit about your background. Who are you? Where are you from? What got you kind of into this bad boy right now?
Yeah, man. I grew up in a small town outside of Ada. We raised ranch cattle, bucking bulls. So just regular old country boy. But, man, I started using cannabis when I was, probably 14 or 15.
Nah, that's when it touched you. Okay.
Yeah, man, just community of it, just inclusion and just hanging out, listening to music with buddies,
I did that on a street called 181 in Oklahoma, right where I'm from, Tulsa, South Tulsa, Glenpool. Back when the streets were not fully developed just yet, right? They call them country roads. We'd go down to 181st and just park the cars on the side, and you'd be out here with these pastures, and you'll just sit there with your Sonic cups and your smoke, and we're just listening to music full blare. I relate to that right there.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just, it's just smoking weed, man. It's awesome,
Facts. Truth. And so you started, when did Kind Origin start?
We started the year of legalization, so 2018.
2018,
Yep.
So actually initiating, been in since the inception of the cannabis. And that speaks volumes, because majority of business don't last in the first year, let alone year 2, let alone year 5. So that speaks very big volumes about what you're bringing to the market, your consistency, and your business model. So, congratulations on that as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah, we started in behind my house, really, is a 2,000 square foot facility.
Okay.
I remodeled it myself. Had my mom plants in the garage while I did. Then I ran that for about a year and a half, and then sold it to fund my bigger op.
Okay.
Now we are in a large grow facility processing, one retail location open with another in Oklahoma City coming up into this year, hopefully.
Where's your first location at?
Ada, Oklahoma.
Ada,
Yep.
Good old Ada. And that's watch out now. For those that don't know, we're not going to go into that. Ada's a great town. I know exactly where it is. I'm a small town Oklahoman, so when you mention certain towns, it's like, oh, we know that town. So that's super, super cool over there. And congratulations again on that expansion. Wow, that speaks volumes right there.
Yeah, man, it's we got a really good team over there. It's what I contribute all to is my team.
Let's go,
Yep.
Let's go. Well, let's take right in. Jay, Bagman, my man, coming in. Give the crowd a little pleaser, a little teaser. Let's get some info about you, man, because you're everywhere. And for those that don't know, you will know by the end of this. Tell the people who you are, where you're from, how did you get into the game?
I'm from Oklahoma City, Midwest City. Been about the same using cannabis about 22 years. and just it saved my life. It was a really depressive state, and it kept me from ending it. So for me, it's always been that medical, like keep it going, keep it cool. As far as work goes, Cam brought me on 2 years ago, saved me from the evils of corporate cannabis.
Shout outs. Nah, shout out evil corporate cannabis. I almost shouted them out. They don't get no damn shout out.
But man, we just put in really good work. Cameron's products come so far in these years. I've seen it from the beginning, and it was something that I was really glad to be a part of.
Nice.
It was a product that sells itself, that makes my job super easy. Whether we're up in the Enid area, Grand Lake area, down I-40, all the way to the east and west. I mean, we hit all the corners of the state. And it's through the good weed and like good communication, good team, having a good staff on hand that allows us to do that.
Truth. How big is your operation? You said you have the grow, processing, one retail location, another one on its way down in OKC.
Yep.
How much staff do you have? If you don't mind me asking, you've grown from a small operation out back to what can we see? Well, like, what's that number like?
Yeah, man, I have 27 employees right now.
Nice.
Between everything. We're in a 20,000 square foot building, but only 8,200 is canopy right now.
Okay.
So we still got some room to grow.
Nice.
Yep.
Man, so let's go into your background then. Like the type of grower that you are. I'm intrigued to find out, like, not that you have to be put into a box, but what is your style and why did you choose that style?
We're a hydro grow in cocoa. We use a raw salt nutrient mix. Honestly, I was new to cannabis. I knew I wanted to do it, knew I liked it, but wanted to skip the learning curve and got a consultant to come help me, grow it.
Fast track it.
Yeah, and so that was just what he recommended. He's been growing for a long time, so we just went with that.
And that's what you have right here.
Yep.
Let's go a little bit into, now that we know the style of it, let's talk about your genetics in your pool. Like, obviously, you're an Okie. I love to say it. I'm an Okie as well. Jay's an Okie.
Same.
Like, we're Okies. And Okies are different everywhere from Southwest Oklahoma to Midwest Enid to the Panhandle to the Grand Lakes to the Tallahanas, right? Everybody is different. Can you speak on the genetic pool and the style that you chose to display and what has gave you this much success thus far?
Yeah, man. We're doing a little breeding projects, but mainly if it's fire, we grow it.
Nice.
Nice. That's kind of it. If it yields well, smells good, and gets you medicated, we're gonna grow it.
We've got a lot of fruit terpenes. We've got a lot of fruit strains. Some people said too many strawberry strains.
You can never have too many fruit strains.
But we've got a lot, and that's what we like to grow. That's what we like to smoke. We add the gases in there. We've got some of these other flavors that kind of bring out and round out our pool. Our new pancake breath just fucking kills it.
Ooh, hold on. Is that pancakes and motor breath?
That's an OGKB 2.1 times pancakes.
This
it one's
okay.
real heavy.
Yeah, that.
That Harambe Flambe there on the other side, that's an orange flambe cross we did with our Platinum Gorilla Glue, which is one of our best-selling strains.
Really?
I mean, anywhere you go, they're asking for Platinum Gorilla Glue.
What do you like?
I like
know
fruits.
what? I think I'm gonna do
These
that.
two right there in the middle, the glazed donut sticks and the strawberry Slurpee. Those
You're
are
a
my
fruit
two
guy.
favorite strains. They're the rarest strains that we got on our lineup. There's really not anybody else producing them in the state like we do. So when you put out something like that with its purples, the strawberries, the fresh strawberry flavors, and it's also 30%, it kills.
This one with the grape, that grape is powerful.
That's
Like
it right
it is
there.
a full grape smell in there, and that overpowers that trump. It's amazing, actually. What about you, Cam? What are you? First off, do you medicate, and then what's your preferred method? I guess is it flower? Like what do you have? What do you like?
Yeah, man, I like flour and blunts and joints. Strawberry Slurpee, work. Platinum Gorilla Glue if I'm hanging out. Yep.
Now, are you a flower? Well, you just said flower, but are we on pipes, bongs? Papers?
Smoking
What do you
mostly
think?
blunts.
Okay.
I'm tasting stuff, bouncing through the day, little chillum bowls.
Chillums, classic.
Lots of concentrates.
Concentrates. Are you guys
Hash
growing
rosins.
for concentrates as well? Is that what your processing is for?
Yeah, we have that just
Started going.
yeah.
Okay.
But we are kind of focusing on doing a lot of rosin splits with Oklahoma companies, like Ginger Larf, Synergy, trying to get in with Skunk, Alabaster.
You're on some of those bad boys, and shout out to those names right there, like Larf, know him. Ginger Larf is amazing. Synergy, Zach, awesome crew over there. Those are top brands too. Like those are definitely players within the state. So that's awesome that you're going to be able to provide those combos for patients to get an app into. I like concentrates. I like freshwater. Freshwater rosin. Excuse me. Hash is really my favorite. I love me some good hash. And then good flour. It all starts from the flour. It all starts from the base. So
It's layering.
It's layering.
You start your base. You figure out what you're going to smoke in the morning. Strawberry Slurpee Diamonds is a nice way to start your morning, you know.
Ooh.
And then you're smoking a blunt a little bit later for breakfast or for your lunchtime smoke. You know, and you getting back home, you're hitting your dab rig till you fall asleep. You know, those are.
That's a routine, Jay. Let me ask you this: how many locations? You're everywhere across the state. Do you have a number of how many places that you guys are in?
I think right now we're in about like 110, 115.
Damn, that's a good amount of
dispensaries.
places.
Monster Manos,
Yep.
I mean, that's a lot, especially if you're pushing a lot through your own. So that's abundance to be able to do that. And then on your menu right now, how many is in the menu? Like when you're basically going, how many are we pushing out?
Usually about 5 or 6 per harvest.
Okay.
Sometimes we may pull that down to 4.
Okay.
And grow a whole bunch of Platinum Gorilla Glue, Donkey Butter, Mac 1, and something else that we like a whole lot.
That's proven.
And just
that's already
and just
consistent.
rock with it for a while.
Okay.
Some of these Strawberry Slurpees and these delicate sativa strains we grow don't yield as well. So we kind of hold those closer and make sure that people that really appreciate that getting those kind of opportunities. And it really just is just such good weed.
Let me tell you, my nose just perked all the way up, and it was boom when I opened up this bag, and it just goes to show the test of some quality medicine. That makes me so excited. Let me ask you this. Okay, so we know who you guys are. We know where you guys are from. What's your why? Why did you get into the cannabis industry? I mean, obviously, for a lot of people, it was the opportunity, very quick. Yours was that it helped save your life. That helped for me as well, not recognizing in a life or death situation, but just in a mental stability situation. And now I can attribute it to that. Cam, what was your why on getting up in here?
Man, I was working for the oil field when 2017, and I was building missile trailers for fracking out there with a sledgehammer, you know. And
physical.
Yeah, so this was an option, and man, why not? You know, I love it, love the plant, love the community, love everything about it. Why not do it, make some money with it, and
heck yeah,
and you know, get a great product out to the people of Oklahoma.
Love it, I love it. Now the next question is, where do you see it going? You've been in for 5 years. You've been in for 5 years. You guys have an awesome brand. Like, I'm super, super excited to even have you guys on. When they told me you guys were coming, I was like, yeah, because I follow you. So I'm like, I don't get to talk a lot. I don't really put myself out there, but there's some quality that is out there that's being seen, and to be around it, like, I kudos, because you guys are some of my favorites that are out there for sure.
Thank you.
So I'm like super stoked to have you on. But where do you see it going in the next few years, or see your brand going in the next few years? Better yet, not the market, you.
Man, I think just 3 dispensaries, processing and grow was kind of where I want. You know, I don't want to get too big. I don't want to go multi-state or anything. Just
run the state,
dial it in, and get better.
I heard that. That. What do you think, Jay? What do you see the market and yourself in the next couple of years? Because you're the bag man.
I mean, the market's wild. It's different here than it is in the city, from Tulsa to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Every rural community.
Can you speak a little bit on that? I've never really talked to anybody about that, but you just hit it on the head, right? We look at it and we surfacely say, yo, the market, yo, the state, but you're on the beat, you're on the street, you're actually seeing each different market go from whatever culture, demographic that they're in. Can you speak a little bit about like how the quality affects those rural markets? Like, what have you seen in that?
So we're really able to penetrate any market because we have multiple price points.
Nice. Okay.
We've got different tiers of flower. These
Nice.
are our A flowers. We've got a B and we've got some C's.
Oh,
So
okay.
we can really get into any price point for any store.
Full.
Whether you're
One-stop
paying full price for the top A buds with no smalls, no leaves, nothing smaller than a golf ball in there. Some of these Mac 1 bags we had last round had like 18 pieces of flower in it. Store selling
whole
them,
bag.
Store selling them like lobster. Market value by the piece. But with the B buds and these other sizes,
Look at that smile.
we can really
Get that smile right
hit
there. That's a
anybody.
proud owner
It's
right
really
there.
hard to say no to really good product
Yeah.
at really the right price.
And consistency, because you're going to be able to come right
Sure.
back with it.
Most of the time. Yeah.
That's what's up, Jay.
Mhm.
That's what's up. Man, that makes me so happy to even hear. I'm excited to get some of this myself. You guys are in the Tulsa market, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Like we were in the Tulsa market.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready to get me some of this bad boy right here. This is going to be fire, fire. I'm so stoked. And so, are you guys into, what are your beliefs or thoughts on events and like cups and competitions and things like that from a grower standpoint? We see a lot of that stuff is happening and going around. What do you feel about that for the standing of your business?
Yeah, man, I think it's great. It develops a community and knowledge about the product. We go to a lot of events. We've participated in High Times, Harvest, Cowboy Cup, Okie Cup, and placed in all of them.
Nice.
And it's just a great community building.
Jay, what do you say?
It's fun.
It's fun.
You get to get out there and hang out and smoke with all your people. All the people you see on Instagram or you followed in the store, you get to go participate with them. You get to talk to them and see what they're doing and what they're about, whether they're actually good people some of the time.
Yeah, because once you get past the ambiance, once you get past the smoke in the mirror, you get to really see who's behind that brand, which is one of the other reasons why this team put this show together, guys. Like, for our patients, for our people that are watching, that's the exact answer and why we're here. That's literally what we're doing. We're here to expose, we're here to explore, we're here to educate and inform people to make their own decisions, right? Everyone's a consumer. Everybody is going to spend their money, but do you know where you're spending money? Do you know how you're spending? Do you understand the why? And that's what this show is for. And so thank you guys for being able to, A, say your whys, B, be here because you drove from Ada. So, like, that's a trip. We're in Tulsa. Y'all can look that up. I'm not the Google Map guy, but it is a good distance, so you know. To come up to share with us, to let these other people know what we can get into and what's coming in the future. I'm looking super, super forward to everything that you guys have.
Thank you.
And then hosting events that will include you guys to come up into the Tulsa market more. I've seen Jay and known of Jay, one of his fans. He doesn't know this, but I'm one of his fans by way. I'm always watching, I'm always seeing, and the Bagman is really pushing. And so I'm super honored to be in your presence as
Appreciate
well, my
that,
friend.
man.
Like, for sure, for sure. I'm saying, when you see these long dreads, you don't get to see them right now, but when you see the history and the dedication on this man, you understand why he is the front for this brand right here, because he is really educating and getting it to the people, and it's not bashful, it's truth. And that's what I love about it. Like, that's when you get that, you can't fight that. And so let me ask you guys this. What's your handles? Can you guys let the people know how they may be able to follow you, how they may be able to get in contact with you, and then where to look for some of your things?
Yeah, man, on Instagram, we're Kind Origin Canna or Kind Origin Dispensary Ada. And Facebook, just Kind Origin Cannabis.
Nice.
I'm on there as at KOC_JAY_2.
2
and
underscores.
3. Man, you can find us here in Tulsa at Uptown Wellness most of the time.
Okay.
420 Utica has some of that strawberry Slurpee right now. Nature's Kiss. We've got over there at the Bison Extracts new dispensary.
Oh, you're in there?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can definitely find our stuff in there.
Big fans of Bison. Shout out to all the other places as well. 420 Utica, Uptown Wellness, Nature's Kiss. And that's Nature's Kiss, the one on Memorial, is it? Or is this the one out south?
91st Sheridan.
91st Sheridan, that's right. 91st Sheridan. That's Nature's Cure. Sorry, my apologies. Nature's Kiss. And Nature's Kiss, I think they just opened up another place down in the city, too.
They did.
They did just do that. So then, and I marked them because, like like you from 2018, they were at the Green on Greenwood, the first expo. I remember following them. So that's super tight that you're in tight with others that have already been going in the game as well. And so I find that to be really, really good. Man, gentlemen, I'm just happy. Like, I'm happy that you guys are here. I'm stoked because, as you guys know, and you don't, you will, every guest that we have on, we do a follow-up. What we're looking to do is to create a community that is consistent. It's not just a one-time interview. It's to say, hey, this is who we are, but this is who we're going to be, and then you can still catch up and see us at all of these growth modes and all of these periods that we're doing. So I look forward to following up with you guys in the next couple of months. Absolutely. And then when it's the summer, to see the new flavors that are coming out. And you know what I like? Is there a possibility we can't get a tour?
Yeah, of
Man,
course,
you got
man.
the spot, man. Can I bring the team down and we see you at your home place? You came and seen us here. Can I come see you?
Yeah, man, I love showing it off.
Let's go. Hey, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go down there, guys. The next time you see these two gents, we're going to be in their home location. We're going to see exactly where the brains of their childs are done. Oh, hold on. Let me rephrase that. That didn't sound right. We're gonna see where their shit's done, all right? Because this is live and I can cuss and I don't give a damn, all right? That's what we're gonna do. Guys, listen, I'm Perry Jones III. This is MCM, Medical Cannabis Marketplace, every Wednesday at 7. We are live. Thank you for pivoting with us. Thank you for being with us. Jay, Cam, thank you guys for having this great medicine out here for patients, having a great brand, and being able to share that with. Make sure you guys look at some of this, because I don't know if you can really see it, but this is going to be some fire, guys. Head out, check them out, like, share, follow. If you guys have any questions, you have any comments you like, throw them down there in the comments section. Help us to help this market to keep growing. We look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday. Gents, thank you again.
Yeah, thank
MCM, guys, we're out. We'll follow up.
Okay.